All right, all right. Good afternoon or good evening, Mariposa. Thank you for joining Inside the Office with me, Sheriff Briese. Another beautiful Thursday. We'll get started. I hope everyone's doing well. Hello, Tony. I see you're on the live today. So we will start like we always do with our 7-day look back. And this 7-day look back is actually a little nicer. We have only 465 calls for services, huh? Can't even speak. Calls for service this week. We had 11 jail bookings. Unfortunately, one of those were a DUI. So we're back to the drawing board on that, but it's okay. Like we do, we come together as a community, keep each other informed, keep working with each other, and we'll figure this out. And I wanted to also continue to give a shout out to our search and rescue team as school winds down and some of our younger search and rescue members graduate high school and move on to college and elsewhere. We need to hopefully get some replacements. So if you know anybody that is interested in volunteering with the search and rescue team, please fill out an application and go from there. All right. And again, Sergeant Tim Rumfelt, he coordinates that, 966-3615. Or you can find him at trumfelt@mariposacounty.org. We also have a office assistant position open, and we still have sheriff security officer positions open. So if you're interested in those, please go to the county email, HR, job postings, or job listings, and jump on board with the team. Also, KRYZ radio, they will still be broadcasting. So that's 98.5, your local community radio. So if you miss us here or you can't log into Facebook, you can always hear us on the KRYZ radio. And with that, I think, actually, there's not the notable cases that I generally bring up, but I've been thinking about this for a while. So I'm gonna put this out to you, the community, and see what we think. So basically, I was not disappointed, but it's unfortunate that some of the Facebook and social media stuff starts just really I got loud and clear. Okay, cool. I can't hear, so everybody can hear me now. Okay, but anyways, the Facebook and the tone of the nation, the tone of the state, the tone of counties. We can only do what we can do, And so I figure we'll start with our own county and our communities, and try to silence the hate. I'm going to say silence the hate, and we can come up with a better word or campaign on this model, but. It was unfortunate. I seen some posts and, opinions and, there's really no resolve. There's two different or a few different individuals, posturing or, want to get their point across. But at the end of the day, it's not court. It's not, crimes or whatever. But it's unfortunate because at the end of the day, it appeared to me that somebody lost a friend over a post or an opinion. So I say stop the hate because, we try to use this platform for, and this wasn't our post. This is one I saw on Facebook, but it was within our community. But, we use this platform to be, informal, but to be, to have communications with one another and talk things through and, gossip and rumors and whatever that goes through. Be able to talk to one another and start helping each other out, lifting each other up, and so I just figured this is probably the time I'm going to push it out to you, the community. Let's work together. And instead of fighting on Facebook or having disagreements, let's figure a solution. I guess try to get some positive out of so much tension and so much negative. Not directly here in Mariposa all the time, but just the tone, and what we've all went through. And, So I'm thinking we're going to start going out into communities to do that, not to have a formal speech or a anything like that, but basically doing this. We'll still do this, but doing this, try to go into your communities now that things are lifting up and everything else, but just have that casual conversation with one another, be able to work through, sometimes agree to disagree, that's fine, but we do it civilly, and start rubbing this hate out, start rubbing this I don't even know what you call it, but jealousy or rumors or gossip, I don't know, whatever you want to say. And like I said, I think us as a community, we'll come up with a nice campaign name. Maybe it's not Silence the Hate. I saw something on here. Somebody says Abate the Hate. I'm open to anything. The big focus is we need to get back to talking to each other, realizing that there's a lot of tension, and the tension is everywhere. So that's my new charge for everybody here in the community. Let's get together. Our first place, I haven't even told staff yet, but the first place I do want to show up at is Coulterville. I think some of the residents over there, maybe we can have some good conversations. But and like I said, at the end of the day, nobody wins except for you lose a friend or you have anger or frustration. So let's talk it out. Maybe we'll have a cup of coffee or something together and figure things out. So I know that was kind of long-winded, but it's been beating on me for a while, and I think it's time that we stand together as a community. And maybe Mariposa will be a role model for the state. Maybe Mariposa will be a role model for the nation. But I think we can come together, and I think we can do this together. So with that, let's go to any of the questions we have, if we have any. Hey, look at that. Dan Sohn, how you doing, sir? What was that, you getting bolo wrapped in August of 2019? So that video must have surfaced. Yes, I did. I took a test hit when we got the bolo wraps. And if people don't know what bolo wrap is, it's a less lethal device that basically shoots out it's almost like what you'd see in a Batman movie, but basically you can shoot this out and it can capture their arms or legs, so you can end up taking somebody in custody, but in a less lethal manner. So we do have those devices if needed. And before we implemented them, I did take a shot of the bolo wrap from our prior sheriff, and I went on as the under sheriff. Thank you, Dan. Jerry Moore, is crime on the rise? So unfortunately, yes. I mean, I gave out some statistics a few weeks ago, but yeah, unfortunately, there's different areas of crime that have definitely shown a spike or an increase from where we were currently last year. But we're working on it, and with that, we need your help to be part of the solution, not part of the problem. And also, like I've been talking to you, we're working with the county partners and board for our budgets. So hopefully we can get some deputies rehired and get the appropriate funding that we need. So there you go. All right. Question from KRYZ listener. There was news about someone's solar panels being stolen. What is being done about that? So good question. The first initial investigation was taken by our office, and we are continuing with the investigation and work. We'll be working with the owners who do not live in the area. KRYZ listener, when Yosemite is fully open again, will that mean more calls for service for your office? So, I mean, if you're a betting person, I would say yes. This is, as you probably see now, as things are kind of going back to what we call normal. Town is busy and the roads are busy, and the more tourists we have, and which is a good thing. This is what our town is part about. But yeah, the calls for service will rise, and this is why I hope to get in front of short staffing and everything else to have the number of positions that we need to successfully keep everyone safe, respond to these calls, and do a good job for you. All right, KRYZ listener, do you do sobriety checks, or is this just the CHP? So we traditionally do not. Our partners at California Highway Patrol generally always conduct those. So since I've worked here, we have not done one. And I really don't think we'll need one. I think they do a great job, and we always work together on things. Danzone, do you know when the Mariposa County Grand Jury became the Mariposa County Civil Grand Jury? Ooh, threw me a zinger, Dan. I don't know when that conversion was, but you better believe I'm going to research that and find out. All right, KRYZ listener, was a stolen car from a few weeks ago recovered? I'm not sure which stolen car you're referring to, but I don't have that specific information. I believe we turned that over to the California Highway Patrol as well. So I could try to check back in, but that would be a CHP question for our commander, Gil. Maybe we'll get him on the show. Tony, you're doing great. Facebook is toxic at times. I'm with you. Stop the hate. Sweet. I love it. I think, like I said, it can be a great tool, and unfortunately it can be a hurtful tool. And, at the end of the day, we're all humans. We all are residents or visitors or community members, but we all have families. We all have friends, and we all have feelings. So, let's do positive, build people up over the hate. Katie, unfortunately, in today's society, everyone wants to be keyboard warriors. And if you do not agree, unfriend. I have had friends do that to me when I do not agree with, and I have been deleted off social media for not agreeing. It is sad. I don't see the rest of the words.
Message, keep it up, Jen.
Oh, well, thank you, Katie. Yes, it is. It's, there's some people that get off of it completely. I think, with my position right now, that would be a disservice to you, the community, because, this has helped us, I think, grow together as a community and be able to give you a deeper dive and a look at what we do. And, but yeah, unfortunately, it started out very sweet, and you can send pictures to family and stay connected, and all of a sudden, boom, it. But, I think as communities, as friends, family, as adults, it's not 1980. We can't punch each other in the nose anymore. So we're going to, use our thinking caps and work together to figure it out. But it's going to be a teamwork. I mean, I'm not going to do it by myself. I want to do it with you, the communities, and rock and roll.
Jim Allen is answering the civil grand jury question.
Jim Allen, how you doing, sir? So this, I believe that's funny. I just said the 1980s, and now I believe it was in the early 1980s, and I believe that you're referring to Dan Sohn's question regarding the grand jury. So I thank you for that and your wisdom. Not to dime you out, but all right, Jordan, be the example for other counties. I agree, 100%. We're going to do it together. It's going to be probably a slow process, maybe a hard process, but it'll be a good process. And I think it'll be something we'll all be proud of to say, hey, instead of hammering on that keyboard, let's pick up the phone and have a talk, or have a cup of coffee, or if you're off work, have a beer, whatever you want. Terry, job openings. I did report on those. We have an office assistant currently flying, and a sheriff's security officer. That does have what we call a PC 832 qualification you would need, but if you have it, sign the application. Tony, Coulterville is a wonderful place to live. Let's all take a moment to realize that everyone is under tremendous pressure these days and try to come together. 100% agree. And I think that's why our first stop for I don't even know what we're going to call it yet. We're doing this live together. So we're in the think tank together. But we're going to Coulterville first. And we're going to, I don't know, barbecue some hot dogs or drink some coffee and just have good casual conversations. Tony, the more people, the more crime. It's a given. Yes, unfortunately, but we live in beautiful Mariposa and we're going to continue to do our best. Lori, hearing about a lot of windows on vehicles being broke from the gravel on the 49 project. Yes, I have seen that too all over Facebook and social media. I believe there is somebody posted a link to, I can't remember which chat group it was, but there is a link to file through Caltrans, I believe. And unfortunately, that's out of my lane. But yes, I do know. I drive 49 every day, and you cringe sometimes when you hear the sand hit your window. But I'm sure they're going to fix the problem or try to. Lonnie, what's your take on the deal with National Park Service regarding El Portal? Not proprietary, but a co-ownership of responsibility. How does the plan work? Well, that is a lot of information, Lonnie, that I probably can't put out today on Facebook because that would take up our whole show and people would be going to bed. But yeah, so there is a certain area on the I don't remember which side of the river, but basically the old El Portal and the housing units over there. There is can't think of the name of it right now, but basically, yes, they will have law enforcement jurisdiction and authorities, not primary over us, but just like what we do with CHP, we work together on different county, state properties. This is gonna basically this is just coming to fruition. I've been working with the chief law enforcement ranger, and we are actually getting ready to start going into the communities of El Portal to educate everybody on how it works and what's going to happen. It's not going to be this new enforcement. It's just going to be the ability to have additional authorities without being I don't know how to say it, but anyways, we're gonna have a whole topic on that. We're gonna come to you and your communities and answer any and all questions regarding that deal. So hopefully that will be very soon. I think maybe July-ish, and we'll go from there. But thank you, Lonnie. Kristen, great. Jeremy, thanks for keeping us updated. Well, thank you very much, and thank you for tuning in and being supportive. I do appreciate it. And like I said, we've started this from the beginning. I think it's working. I think it's what the community needs, is to know what the good and the bad that we're going through and work together as a community. That's what we strive to do. So thank you. Pamela, thank you. Mine's got cracked too. Oh man, sorry, Pam. I know I've been seeing it. I wish I could do more. Maybe we'll try to seek out some information to see if there's anything we can release, what they're doing to mitigate the problem. We'll do a little research. All right. Sean, hey Sheriff, thanks for the hard work. Well, thank you, Sean. Again, you're also tuning in quite a bit, so I appreciate that. So thank you. Dan Sohn, hasn't El Portal been concurrent jurisdiction all along? So it's what would you call that? Messy. We're trying to make it clean. So there's a whole bunch of stuff, and like I said, I probably can't explain all this, or else everybody's going to be going to bed, and I'll be talking to myself, and it'll just be weird. But so it's kind of a yes and no, but there's a whole new area, and I went through Congress and a whole bunch of stuff to make everything legitimate, and trying to be able to legally have better services, when needed, type of deal. So, but we will, when we do this push out, I knew there's going to be a lot of questions and I don't have all the answers as well, but we're going to work together as partners with Yosemite and us, and we will put it everywhere, in person, on social media and everything else. Caroline, nice picture of El Cap by Dave. Well, thank you. So that's funny. Nobody's ever even commented when I added a photograph or a picture to my wall. Yeah. I had a brain freeze there. But so anyways, this backstory of that picture is when I first promoted to captain, my wife, Caroline, if you haven't figured that one out, she that was my present to make it into the administration. So El Capitan, Captain, Miwok, Yosemite, all that good stuff. So there's a lot of little hidden messages in that picture. So I really like it. And yes, one of our local photographers shot that picture, and she had it made for me. So thank you. Zav, how you doing, buddy? Here is a link. If you have road work damage, it is, and I got to read this because we're also on the radio. So it is https://dot.ca.gov/online services/submit damage claim. Thank you, Zav, and thank you for tuning in. That's really nice of you. John Kirby, thanks again for the continued commitment to the North Side. Well, thank you, John. And yes, like I said, we are committed. Mariposa County is one big county with different communities, but at the end of the day, it is all Mariposa County. And I don't work for a lot of people. I work for all of you, Mariposa, not the governor, not the president, Mariposa. I may work with these guys, but I work for you guys. Guys and gals, sorry. Frank, recruitment post for SAR. State the mission to let folks know what they do and how they can be part of it. So yes, last week I went through some of the divisions, but we will work with the sergeant and we can put it on, and I think we have before, but we'll put it on ours, and I believe they have their own social media outlets, and if we got to print hard stuff, we'll print out and thumbtack them all over town. But these guys, search and rescue, like I said, I started as a high school volunteer. I learned a lot of good stuff from a lot of good people, everything from navigation and rope tying and other basic things that maybe if you're not even in the public safety or the service end of it, but you're strapping down your lawnmower or something, all of a sudden these things click. So a lot of good things to teach our youth, and a lot of good things for community members that can commit to that commitment, because without them it would be very difficult, especially in this rural county and this county that has Yosemite in it. They are very busy. So if you can do it, please do it. All right, so I know that was a kind of a different one. It was fun though. I think we're all on a new path, a good campaign. Stop the hate, silence the hate, abate the hate, whatever you guys want to do. I'll leave it up to you guys. But the big thing is we're going to come together. We're going to start talking and pointing stuff out, pointing people out if they are being obnoxious, and do what we got to do. So, but before I close, if your birthday lands, you work here and your birthday lands on Thursday from inside the office, you're going to get a shout out. So we have our deputy recruit now who's actually going to the police academy, Steve Duggar. Happy birthday. We have our custodial deputy, Tara Fay. Happy birthday. And our boating deputy, Tim Lewis. Happy birthday. And with that, thanks everybody for watching. Thank you for tuning in to Inside the Office with me, Sheriff Briese. Stay safe, stay healthy. Have a good night.